Hello everyone and welcome back to another Krebs Coho Minecraft update. Okay, so the last time I left you off with, quite a few weeks ago actually, probably 2 or 3 weeks now. I think 2 weeks, come on, let's go for a lower end estimate. I showed you guys how I populated this whole island with trees, and by the way, I've updated to 1.9 so you can see all these different shades of trees and grass and stuff. It looks really nice and stuff like that. Yep, pretty cool. To be honest, I haven't worked on the server at all for the last about week and a half. However, the last few days I have been working on it, and that's just mostly because, you know, I was a bit demotivated and stuff like that, and, you know, these different games such as Red Orchestra was coming out, so I was looking forward to those and giving myself a wee break, I suppose. But yeah, I've been working on the server the last few days, and I'll show you guys what amount of progress I've put in so far, and trust me, it probably won't look like much. However, it really does come out to quite a lot of hours. Okay, so I'll show you, this is the other half of the island. Remember in the last episode I just showed you guys the other half, and it was just gray stone and it looked awful, and you know, there's no shape to it. Well, here is going to be the other half of the island. Obviously I still need to plant in the shrubs and the trees and stuff like this, but it's going to give you guys a general gist of what this place actually looks like, and hopefully this is going to load in a little bit faster. But already you can start to see the forming of the chunks and how this place is going to look like, for example, and you know, that looks a bit too edgy there, so I'm probably cut that off in half maybe. Yay, and there we go. See, already looks better. Okay, so that's that goes to show some of my editing skills, I suppose you could say. This is the rest of the island. It's gonna look like this. I believe I might make an extra hill over there a bit bigger. But apart from that, this is the general outline. So as I said, I've got to put in some more shrubs and more trees and all that funky jazz to make it look beautiful like the other side of this island, the main part, right? So this other side, there's not gonna be that much to it. To be honest, there might be like you know, tiny bit harder monsters, but not that much harder. This whole island, I want it to be quite a noobish one. I want people to actually go out into the world and explore. I'm going to probably put mine around this area. And over here, I'm probably going to make a small, tiny town, small, tiny village or whatever, where people, well, the majority of it is still going to be houses. So that's where people can buy some property and stuff like that. So quite interesting to take that into note. Now, let's go check out some other stuff that I've been working on, and I've been working on the mines. Now, these mines, they're not actually part of the default world. I've actually custom made these mines. So, let's go take a look. Okay, I'll drop down to normal perspective, and here we go, down into one of the mines. I've done both of them up. And here we go, here's the first one. Now, there's two ways to go, either left or right. Okay, now obviously you can't go to the right. I still need to fix that. It's not going to be moving lava. But obviously you can't go to the right because there's no way that you could jump that way. So I'll talk about that just shortly in a few minutes. And so the other ways, well, there's just a bit of an expanding mine. And this is going to be a very noobish mine. This is where a lot of you guys are probably going to start mining off when you first start this server. And in this mine, there's exclusively only coal and iron. So there's a lot more coal than there is iron. Iron is actually quite rare in these beginner mines. You won't see much of it. In fact, if we just keep on walking throughout here, you'll see that there's plenty more coal than there is iron, for example. And I've tried to make you know, different paths, for example, that go throughout this mine, and you know, it just connects up eventually, and you know, just trying to make a sort of formation and shape to this place, right? Obviously, I'm going to be expanding it over time once we, well, keep on, you know, when the server is actually released, I'll obviously expand these mines, make more paths, and make it just larger in general. This is going to be a sort of secret area. Well, not really that secret, but there is something sort of hidden. I'm not going to show you guys it because I want you guys to discover it on your own when you actually do start playing the server. Okay, so now I'm going to just fly over here to the other side, and now we're back at this lava pit. Okay, and now the only way, you could just normally jump, however, you'll just only land the lava pit. However, since 1.8, you can sprint, and there you go, you can jump across. So that just makes it sort of a shortcut, and yeah, pretty much. So obviously you guys can see there's different winding paths, and trust me, these go in total different directions. Same with down that way as well, and they all connect up eventually, right? In this hidden place, I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is, but in this hidden place there is slightly more iron there, slightly less coal. So it's just going to be all about balance and just trying to make things interesting, right? Obviously, when you eventually, what I plan on doing in separate islands, for example, is having mines of different levels. So maybe I'll make dungeons, for example, a dungeon mine, if you imagine it like that. And on one level you would have just coal, or say hardly any coal and quite a bit of iron, because I mean this would be a farther out island. It's not noobish or anything like that. You'd have to be a higher level to get there, and so the monsters would be okay. They would be a bit harder than the ones over here. Then there would be another level, like some stairs that actually go down after that first level of the mine, so down to the second level, and then there would be much harder monsters. And there you could find, for example, I don't know, what else could you find? You could maybe find some gold, and you could find some redstone, for example. And then there would be another stage where there'd be, more gold, less redstone, and more lapis, for example. And then at the very, very bottom, like the fourth level or something like that, you'd start finding diamond in very small amounts. Maybe the fifth level, you'd start finding more. Maybe there'd be even a sixth level where it'd be exclusively diamonds. But at that point, the monsters would be extremely hard. Basically the only way you'd get down to maybe the fourth or fifth level, for example, is with a party. Sixth level and fifth level, you would definitely need a party. Fifth level, I have no clue. I haven't really totally planned this out just yet, but I just plan on making it that the very rare minerals such as diamond and such, you're going to need a party to actually mine them. It's just going to be much too difficult to be by yourself. Okay, so here's the other mine that I've been working on. I still haven't really put in all the minerals, such as the ores, for example. However, it is very expansive, and it just has its own feeling of to how it actually is. Obviously, this one mine is a bit bigger, and just has a different feel from the other one. It just has very expanding caverns. It just keeps on going and going and going. So unlike the other one where it's a bit tricky and you have multiple different paths, this one just keeps on going and going and going, right? So I think that just pretty much shows you everything else I've added so far into this update. Come on, maybe I can keep on flying. Into this update, I'm going to keep on working on the server. Obviously, we're still not anywhere close to being finished. However, I'm making progress, guys. This is going to be an awesome server once it comes out. The world is really, really taking shape now, and it's looking absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just look at this, guys. It's looking really, really gorgeous. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. Just this whole fun server. Just everything makes sense. For example, with the ores being rarer, and in order to get the rarest ones, the diamonds and such, you need parties and working together. I'm going to make clan systems. I'm going to make fight or die. There's going to be plenty of different things. PvP is going to be enabled on the islands, and some dungeons, the mines down there, for example. Just, there's going to be a lot to take into account here. So anyway, guys, I know a few of you have told me that you'd like to actually help me on the server, but to be honest, all I'm doing is terraforming it in my image, what my imagination and creativity is coming up with. So I think I'm just going to let myself handle it. And once I come to the stage of maybe making the villages and that, maybe I'll call in for some extra help. But until then, guys, well, have a nice day.